What is going on, everybody? And welcome to the final State of the Yanks of the 2022 season, State of the Yanks, episode 2. How is everyone doing? Justin, what's going on? Mod Justin in the chat. Whoever else is in the chat, let's take a quick attendance. Can I get some trains in the chat, please, everyone? But yeah, guys, the Yankees split the season in Texas. Judge gets 62. It was a pretty good series, great episode, or great series, excuse me, guys. And yeah, man, a lot of stuff went down, a lot of interesting talking points. We saw a lot. We saw Sevy, great inning or great pitching. We saw Judge get 62. But without a doubt, let me see some trains in the chat, guys. Come on, what are we doing here? Let me get a train in the chat. I'd like to take attendance when we start the show. But yeah, guys, without any further ado, let's get into game one here. Let's not waste any time. Game one, October 3rd, was a 3-1 win. Severino was pitching, and Sevy would go 7 no-hit innings, a walk, and 7 strikeouts. Man, Severino, last start before the playoffs, giving you the confidence that this guy is going to go into October, into the DS, and he is going to deal. A lot of people forget. A lot of people forget how Sevy led us in 2017 game one. They used to lead us into the game one. Sevy was the game one starter before we got Garrett, and people were confident in Sevy to pitch in game one. And that confidence is coming back a little bit for me. What's going on, Nicholas? Cole 1, Nestor 2, Sevy 3. Yeah, that I would agree with that. I would agree with that take. I would go either way. You could either go Nestor 1 and Cole 1 maybe, but who knows? Well, let's get back into this. The offense was pretty stagnant until Higgy in the top 5 singled in Hicks, and he made it 1-0. Higgy, he was really super hot, man. Uh, we'll talk about that a little bit after, but Higgy has been really, really good in this one. And the Yanks were really pretty stagnant in here. It was the top of the eighth when Marwin hit a 2-0 shot, a home run, make it 2-0. It was a solo shot. Marwin looked pretty good in this series. He had a couple moments that were pretty head scratching, like what is this guy doing? But Marwin looked pretty good in this series. And then Stanton would follow Marwin up, and he would make it 3-0. And see, guys, this is where my notes get a little confused here. This is where my notes get a little confused here. Sorry about this, guys. Nick said, "What's going on with Glaber?" Glaber, man, this guy's got mono. He's been getting hot. He's been in the club. He's been popping off. He's been kissing too many girls. He's got mono. He's got. That's my take on it. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not sure. They said he doesn't have COVID, but he's really sick and his body hurts. So maybe he has mono. But getting back into it, Miguel Castro here came in to pitch bottom of the eighth at first appearance after coming off of the IL. He looked all right. Efros would follow him up in the ninth. Miguel Castro would go an inning, 2 hits, 1 run, and 1 strikeout. Miguel, he looked decent in the beginning of the year. We haven't really seen much of him in the second half because he's been hurt pretty much the whole time. But number one hot take of the 2022 season. You never know. This guy might have on. It could be the hottest take. um, but F Dog is in for the ninth, and F Ross, he's looking pretty good. He's looking pretty good. F Ross, I don't think he gave. Who gave up? McWell came up the run. Oh, F Ross had a clean night. That's why I didn't write anything down. I've been all discombobulated for these games here. I had a big series, guys. I don't know how many of you know, but for the game one of the doubleheader, I was taking over the Pinstripe Nation Twitter account, and I was tweeting on the Pinstripe Nation Twitter account, and that was a blast. Shout out to them. It was a great time, man. We had a great time on Twitter. Shout out to everyone who followed me a couple days. I'm thankful for everyone. We popped off recently. Uh, really grateful for it. We had a great weekend on Twitter. Nick says, "Is Montes gonna be ready?" I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure if Montes is gonna be ready. And even if he is ready, do you really want to see this guy pitch? Because he's been injured since we got him. So is he gonna be good? Is he gonna be okay to pitch in the playoffs when he hasn't really been that great? I think he had like 2 or 3 good starts. Justin says, if Benintendi is ready for the playoffs, is it even worth to put him in? So Benny will be worth it for the CS, and that's what actually, Justin, that's a great point. I was doing a little bit of research on that point, and that'll be discussed. I have a playoff preview episode coming out in a couple of days, and we will discuss that then. But that is a great point, and it's really interesting because you got to shuffle a lot of guys around. Because now if you can have Benny in the outfield, likely the infield is going to be a rotation probably of DJ and JD at third, IKF, Glaber, Rizzo. So I would put probably Cabrera in the outfield because he's definitely on the playoff roster. And then if you have Benny come back, let's say Hicks is somehow, some way on the DS roster. If you have Benny come back, I imagine they would knock Hicks off the roster and then Benny would replace Hicks for the CS. It's very interesting. It's very interesting. Nick says I would want Montes in the pen. I wouldn't really want Montes in the pen because his stuff wouldn't play well out of the pen. You would probably use Domingo out of the pen instead because his stuff would play out of the pen. And we saw them give Domingo a couple of appearances a few weeks ago before the season ended just to see how it would work out of the bullpen. And it looked like it worked pretty good. We are going to go here into game 2, October 4th. This was game 1 of the doubleheader. Tyone pitching. JMO, he was battling in this one. He was at 60 or near 60 after 2 innings. JMO was battling. At one point, he did settle in a little bit. It wasn't a great start. Oswaldo would make it 1-0 in the top of the first with a home run. Man, this guy Oswaldo, dude, this guy's been really freaking good. Really freaking good. He's here, and he's here to freaking stay. We have the worst. Nick says we have the worst pen in the playoffs. We don't have the worst pen. The Mets definitely have a worse pen, but in the AL, it's the Mariners pen is really freaking good, man. But our pen will be all right. I have faith in our pen to get it done. But Oswaldo, dude, that guy's a beast. Makes it 1-0. And then I think his name is Josh Young. He singled, and Marwin didn't throw the ball in. What are you doing, Marwin? A couple people on Twitter got back to me, and they said that's what the first thing you learn when you're in elementary is you get the ball to an infielder when you're in Little League. Throw the ball in, Marwin. This guy running in, pump faking it. What are we doing? Throw the ball in to the freaking cutoff. Or could have potentially, this guy has a noodle for an arm, but there was a play at the plate. Absolutely ridiculous. It made it 2-1. Tyone didn't deserve that. He actually pitched pretty well if you take away that one play. He didn't deserve that. But in the second, clutch god Oswald Peraza hits his first career home run, ties the game at 2. Peraza, man, very interesting. Very interesting. Looking at some of the projections on this guy for the future, starting shortstop, guy could go 2020. 2020 at shortstop would be absolutely ridiculous if this guy would go 2020. That would be crazy. And that's we're talking potential to be one of the higher caliber shortstops in the league. I think he's got it, man. Dude's got pop. He runs the bases well. He fields well. He's a very fluid player. Looks great. Look for him to be the starting shortstop next year. JMO would settle in a little bit up until the top of the 5th, or up until the bottom of the 5th, following a Marwin single that made it 3-2. JMO would give up a 2-run shot to make it 4-3. Absolutely hate it. Absolutely hate it. JMO always giving up the lead. Give this guy JMO lead. Actually, no, I'm capping. Yankees are 28-3 with JMO on the mound. This or 20. Did they win? They won this game. They're 29 and no. They're 25-8. Maybe it was 26-8. They have a pretty good record with JMO on the mound. Oh, that's all I know. And they added to that record with JMO on the mound. So I was capping on that. I apologize for the JMO slander. But the Yanks wouldn't strike back up until the top of the 8th with some Higgy Pop. Higgy Pop ties his career. Higgy Pop ties his career 10 home run. Wow, I really can't speak today. Higgy Pop ties his career high with 10 home runs to make it 4-4 in the top of the 8th. Exactly what you want to see from Bader. Excuse me, guys. I'm freaking going crazy today, man. My freaking allergies are going hard. My sister just had her animals here, and they just got picked up, and they just live in the basement. My allergies are going hard. So you see me wipe your nose, me like, yo, this kid's dirty. It's because freaking cats, man. What do you want me to do? I got some tissues over here, but if I can blow my nose on the screen, that's dirty. So I'm going to go off the screen. Oh, see that? Who's dirty? Not me. Not having no clips of me blowing my nose and floating around out there. But Higgy popped and make it 4-4, and then Bader would follow that up with a single to make it 5-4. And then this Chapman came in to pitch. He made it 2 strikeouts, clean inning. Weiser came in, an inning, a strikeout. Loizaga came in, an inning, a hit. The bullpen pitched very, very well in this one, and they got the dub. We got the dub, man. We got the 5. Or yeah, yeah, yeah. See, guys, that's why you don't get discombobulated. If we got the 5-4 win, I knew that. I should have said that. We got the 5-4 win. Great one, great win, great win. Judge didn't get 62 in this one, but I felt it. I felt it coming. I felt it in my bones. I knew that Judge would get it, so I started recording for game 2 of the doubleheader. I knew that Judge would get it. I had the video. You can go check it on my Twitter. Judge led off the game with 62. Absolutely incredible first inning. In the bottom, Judge would break the Cole would break the K record. Absolutely great first inning, man. You don't really see innings like that with two like big franchise records being broken like that. Dugout Doug's texting me. Let's see what Dugout Doug has to say. Dugout Doug is here and available to talk trivia, history, and my predictions. Well, Dugout Doug, if you're watching, man, give me a call, Doug. Give me a call. We'll talk. You don't really see a lot of first innings like that. And then Cole would give up the early run to make it 1-1. And that would be pretty much it like that. Cole would settle in like he always does, and it would be the top 5th. And Stanton would hit a home run, give him 2 run. And this would actually be the second game ever in the history of Carlo and Judge where they would lose. They would lose, which is absolutely crazy that they lost this game. As soon as Stan hit the home run, I thought the game was over because Judge and Stan they always win that. We're like 30, 38-2 or something like that, which is absolutely insane. And for a while, a lot of those came last year and this year because for a while they didn't hit homers in the same game a lot. The first like 2 years, they homered like 8 times. It was absolutely ridiculous. I was like, we got these guys who've never seen homer together. But the bottom 5th, Cole would give up a 2-run shot and he would make it 3-2. He would go one more inning and he would go to the 6th and he would give up his final line would be 6 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, 9 strikeouts. Not the best start from Cole going into the postseason. It's not what you wanted to see, especially with Severino giving you an ace-like performance and a couple other guys giving you decent performances like Nestor. His final start looked really good. You wanted more confidence from Cole, but no matter what he does in the regular season, if he let's say this guy had an amazing regular season, pitched a 2 ERA, won the Cy Young, but then got blown up in the playoffs, no one would care about the season. Same as if um, he had a really bad season, and if he goes and pitches really well in the playoff, no one will care. He'll be judged what he does in October. Justin says Stan only Ks and strikeouts. Exactly. He only Ks and strikes outs. That's exactly what I've been trying to say this whole entire time. um, but yeah, so it wasn't the best start. And Clark would come out of the pen and he would just go 2 innings, 2 strikeouts, and it ended up just being a 3-2 loss. There wasn't really much else happening in this game. Let's get right into it to game 4. We're going to speed through this one here. It was a 4-2 loss. We had Domingo Herman pitching. Higgy in the second would make it a 1-0 game. And in the third, Herman would give up a solo shot to make it 1-1. And in the top 4th, Trevino. Shout out to Trevino. He would get his 11th. That is a career high for him. He ended with a great season, man. What a season from Trevino. It's pretty much exactly what you want to see. If you guys could just let me know in the chat how my audio is, or if that's just my headphones bugging, or if I'm coming in clean. Am I coming in clean for everyone? Can everyone hear me clean over here? Yo, Austin in the chat. What's going on, Austin? How you doing, man? How you doing, brother? Excuse me. See, no clips of me blowing my nose on the internet. Hats off to you guys for how y'all been playing. Listen, man, I really appreciate it. We had a very rough second half, but we made it to the division. We made it through the division and we won it. Mets, man, wish I could say the same for you guys. But you guys really lost that series prior to the the division prior to the Brave series. Dude, stick around, man. We got some nice playoff predictions coming up, and I got y'all going decently far. So do not worry, my friend. Do not fret. I have faith that the Mets will make it at least to the CS. It depends on some of the matchups here. We'll see. But what did I say? What did I always say to you, bro? The Mets gonna Met. You said it to me. It's as Metsy as it's Getsy. Never forget that, bro. It's just what you guys do. It's just how it goes over there in Queens. But where was I in this game? Trevino had a great season, and then in the bottom of the fourth, Domingo would give up the solo shot to make it 2-2, and then Domingo would give up the double to make it 3-2, and then in the fifth, Domingo would give up a single to make it 4-2, and the Yanks had no more offense, and we would end up losing 4-2. Domingo, his final line was 4 in the third, 7 hits, 4 earned, a walk, and 6 strike. Or I'm assuming that says 6 strikeouts. You'll probably use them out of the pen, as I said before, in the playoffs. And Olivia said hi. Hello, Olivia. How's it going? What's going on? Tell her I said what's up. Albert came in for his first appearance off the IL and his first before the playoffs. He goes 2/3 of an inning and 1 hit. And then Castro, Trevino, and Licky all would go an inning. Licky would give up 3 hits and a strikeout. Lou Trevino is freaking good. Blake said it. Shout out Blake. Uh, I think his Twitter is New York Yankees Ron the Don. I think that's his Twitter. Shout out to Blake. Go give him a follow. He said it that we traded for Montes to get Trevino. This guy Trevino has been absolutely ridiculous since we got him. He's been really freaking good. And right now, I give that guy a little bit of trust going into the playoffs. I trust this guy decently well. But yeah, guys, let's get right into everyone's favorite section, the awards section of the show. So we're giving, and these names, if you guys got some better names for these awards, suggest them in the comments, all right? All of these names, pretty much besides the Chef Brilly, all these names are not set. I've been changing it up. I changed up 2 of them so far for this episode. So if you guys got some good names, the porn stash of the century, boom, boom. It's a good one. I'm giving that because there's a lot of guys who can win that award. But if you get, like I said, you guys got some names, let me know, guys. Let me know. The golden bat for this series, which is the best hitter of the series, is going to Kyle Higashioka. He hit 400, 455 with a 700 slugging, good for a 1.155 OPS. He had a homer and 3 ribbies. Higgy has not even been good in this series. Higgy had a really stinking good second half. Higashioka's second half looks like this: a 299, 317 on base, 485 slugging, 801 OPS, 5 homers in 35 games. For this guy to be in spot games, not getting consistent starts, just playing where they need him to play, with Trevino being the starter, for him to put up a second half like that, that's freaking amazing from your backup catcher. That's great. That's great. It might have been a little slightly better than Trevino's second half. I don't got the numbers on that. Don't hate. I love Trevino. There ain't no 66 hanging up there. All right, there's a 39. But yeah, Higgy had a really, really, really stinking good second half. Mike, oh, what's going on, Mike? Mike from work. Wow, we got the dicks going on in the chat. Pause. Austin and Mike from work. The Hig Dog is slugging. Hig Dog is slugging. And guys, you know what Higgy did to figure out how to slug? He said, "I'm gonna hit line drives. I used to have a lot of luck putting balls in the air, but I'm gonna hit line drives." This guy, Higgy, man, has been in the league for 6 years, and just now took him to this year to say, line drives work out pretty good. I'm gonna hit line drives. And now this guy's freaking roping the ball all over the field everywhere you go, man. Everywhere you go. Shouts out to Higgy. Love when guys get hot going into the playoffs. But let's get into the next award, the Ace Up My Sleeve Award. I like this one, Ace Up My Sleeve. I think that's like a saying, right? But like I said, you guys, if you got a better name for this one is the best pitcher in the series. Obviously, it's going to Severino. 7 no-hit innings. How do you guys feel about pulling Severino out? I think that it was the right decision to make. Sal Licata got bodied on Twitter for this decision. I actually gave Sal a call that night, and I called him up, uh, and I discussed his tweet with him. For those of you who don't know his tweet, it wasn't that, in my opinion, this might be a hot take. It wasn't that bad. I just think that Sal's not very well liked in terms of Yankee fandom. But let me see if I could find this tweet here. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. He said, "Taking Severino out here is pathetic. Unfortunately, it's expected. Still sucks for baseball fans that this is how the game is managed today." That makes that makes sense. That makes sense. Austin says Salicata sat across from me old timers day and didn't realize it was him till he left. Bro, that's mad funny, bro. That's mad funny. Dude, I love Sal. I don't love Sal. pause. I want to get canceled by Yankee fans here. I like Sal very much. Sal's a very cool guy. He's always been nice and respectful to me when I given him calls on the radio. Mike says he threw only 60 plus and 70 the previous two games. Let him go past 100. 3 games off injury would be done. Yeah, I 110% agree with that. I 110% agree with that statement. However, however, I want to see a guy throw a freaking no-no, man. What it was, I think they said it was the seventh time a guy got pulled with a no-hitter or a perfect game in the seventh inning or more. I don't think we're ever gonna see like a perfect game ever again. There's like unless it's like a guy no one really like like no ace pitcher. If he's at 80, 90 pitches in the seventh inning, no ace pitcher, they're not going to let him go back out there and finish the perfect game. Unless maybe it's Garrett Cole, because Garrett Cole can go 135, 130, 135, no problem. We all know Garrett could throw 130 pitches, go out there and slug them. Austin says the East is overrated, is why people hate him. Yeah, they were, the Braves were doing the celebration, and I forget what player was in the Braves, but they were talking about Sal. How you in Atlanta celebrating the division, and you're talking about a guy who's a Mets fan? It was absolutely crazy, man, living rent free in there. Mike said we saw the Klub dog do it last year. That's true, but like it's just gonna be a like a guy, like not like your ace or anything, because they're gonna want to protect those guys. It's gonna be a guy who that doesn't matter, but a guy who they're not worried. Okay, if he gets hurt. Otani almost had one the other night. Yeah, Otani did. Man, it's the perfect game, man. It's so rare, it's so hard to get, man. Mike Mike said Tyler Mastek probably the nuts at LMAO. Tyler Mastek, man. Tyler Mastek, man. Um, but yeah, like I was saying, let's get back right back to where we were. Severino gets it, and Sevy he's gonna be pretty good in the freaking playoffs. I'm feeling it. Sevy's going 7 2/3, 3 hits, and the reason why he's not getting 8 is because in the seventh he's gonna give up a double, and Boone is gonna get scared and he's gonna pull him. That's why he's going 7 2/3, but he's gonna go 1 run in there as well, mixing it. So yeah, that's my playoff prediction for Sevy. He'll probably go game 3. But here's a new award, guys, replacing the Send That Boy to Pluto. We got the Man on the Moon award. Because send that man to the moon. It's going to go to Josh Donaldson. Josh Donaldson in this series, guy went 0 for 11. His slash line looks like this: 0.00, 0, 85, 0, 0, 0. This guy, 2 grounded and double plays and 3 strikeouts. That's terrible. To the moon, bro. To the moon. Man on the Moon award is Josh Donaldson. How do you bat 0 for 11, dude? Like, why do they running you out there? After 0 for 6, I'm not playing you again. I'm giving you a rest day. I understand the season's ending, but still, I'm giving this guy a rest day. Come on, man. Come on. You get on base 1 time in the whole series. 1 time. He doesn't have any plate discipline. This guy, I don't even think he could see plate pitches anymore. That's a great point. Like, he'll come in and he'll look at like 3 pitches right down the middle, and then he'll the next at bat he'll be swinging at stuff that's outside in the freaking other dugout. You have no idea what this guy JD's been doing. Austin says, "How has IKF been recently?" IKF was a candidate for the Man on the Moon award for this series. IKF has been all right. Look, IKF, he's a professional singles hitter. So he's going to go through stretches where the balls aren't finding their way through the infield. He's going to hit balls, a ground ball to the left side, probably 70% of the time. And it has to find its way through the infield. So he goes through stretches where he's getting lucky and a lot of balls are finding its way through. But then he goes through stretches where balls are finding their way through and he's getting unlucky. So he's been all right recently. Look, my Twitter is third base IKF. Enjoy it for a reason. I think this guy would be a lot better at third base. Peraza at shortstop. Speaking of Oswald Peraza, I don't want to spoil anything, but we are getting into everybody's favorite award right here. This is the Chef Burley That Boy is Cooking Award. And guys, it's very special because we have a sponsor for the Chef Burley That Boy is Cooking Award. The Chef Burley That Boy is Cooking Award is brought to you by the Varsity Group. If you need health insurance benefits, call Ken. Oswald Peraza is getting the Chef Burley That Boy is Cooking Award. He is not even getting it just for this series. We're going to give it to him for what he's done since September 5th. Since September 5th, Oswald Peraza is hitting 357, a 449 on base, and a 500 slugging, good for a 949 OPS. This dude has been really, really, really freaking good since we brought him up. It's took him a little while to come in and get adjusted to major league pitching, but this dude is looking really good. He runs the bases well. He fields well. He is really, really good at baseball. And I'm super excited for 2023 to see this guy start in our lineup at shortstop. And Justin said quick sponsorship. You already know, man. You already know. Peraza is my shortstop for Mike. Of course, man. Peraza is the freaking best. But listen, guys, phone lines are open. If any of you want to give me a call, 631-800-4414. Phone lines are open. Give me a freaking call, man. Let me know how you feel. And you guys don't have to call to agree with me either. You guys don't always have to agree with everything I say, man. You guys can freaking call me and tell me how stupid I sound right now. Tell me the chef hat is dumb. But yeah, guys, give me a call. Yeah, Peraza. Not much more to say. This guy has to be on the playoff roster, right? If this guy's not on the playoff roster, what are we doing here? This guy's batting 357 since September. This guy has to be on the roster. Right now, he's going to start popping home runs. Usually, once one comes, they're all going to start going. This guy could be a 2020 guy. Put this guy on the playoff roster. And that's the final award, guys. So, yeah. But hang on. We have some more stuff coming. Let's get into the after awards discussion, guys. Here, I'm waiting for a phone call. I'm waiting for you. One of you guys call me right now. 631-800-4414. Give me a call. Phone lines are open. One of you call me. I'll not be ending the show until I take a phone call. Judge did not get 60 or did not get the Triple Crown, but he got 62, which is really good. Which is really freaking good. And I thought he was going to end up with like 65, to be honest with you guys. I thought this guy was going to get 65. It's kind of crazy that he only got 62, but the pressure this guy was putting on himself, man, had to be absolutely insane. He was getting under so many balls, and it got to the point where he had a ground ball, and I was like, oh, and shout out once again, Ron the Don Blake on Twitter. We were like, oh, well, that's good because at least he got on top of that ball. And that might have been his final at bat of the last game. And then the first at bat, he popped one. Austin says, what do you think will happen to him after this season, brother, with Judge? Dude, if you don't let the home run king walk away. If everyone thinks they're gonna get Judge, you don't let the home run king walk away. There will be no circumstances, no situation ever where the Judge is not a Yankee next year. And what is that talk, Austin, about Steve Cohen buying the ball? What do you think that's gonna do? You think Judge is gonna be like, oh, he's got my ball, I'm gonna go to the Mets? Bro, what? That is corny, bro. Steve Cohen's a cornball for that. And I like Steve Cohen because I think it's good he's doing what he's doing. You got a team he's a fan of. He bought it and he wants to make them good. I like what he's doing. Mike says he puts fans in the seats. He brings revenue to the team. Exactly. Dude, you don't let the king walk away. They will never, ever let the king walk away. The only way that Judge walks, and I don't even think he's going to, people are saying, oh, Judge wants the money. Who told you that Judge wants the money? Who told you that? Aaron Judge told you that himself. He turned down a fair contract because he can get a great contract. That's what he wants. This guy's not looking for a crazy amount of money. But let's say he was hypothetically looking for some bread. The only way this guy leaves, if a team like the Giants or let's say whatever, the freaking Mets, just to appease you. Let's say the Mets throw out there or the Giants 10 years, $410 million, something ridiculous like that. Then I could understand him for leaving because I wouldn't even personally match that offer. I think that they should match that offer, but I would not be mad if they didn't match that offer. Oh my God. Guys, we got a legend. We got a legend on the phone. Dugout Doug, how's it going? What's going on, man?
Hey, Ty. Everything's cool. What about you?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Welcome to State of the Yanks.
Okay. So I just got a text saying you're talking about Triple Crown right now?
Talking about the Triple Crown. We were talking about Judge at 62.
Yeah. I got to tell you, I've seen them all, okay? I mismanaged Triple Crown by 2 years.
Okay.
I started rooting for the Yankees in 1958.
Oh, wow.
But I saw Frank over from the National League, he set the American League on its ear when he came over. Everybody thought he was done. And he won a triple crown with a 316 batting average, 122 RBIs, 49 homers.
Oh, jeez.
And then, unbelievable, the very next year, it's a very rare event, Carl Yastrzemski won the triple crown. And that was an incredible triple crown because the Red Sox had finished ninth. And I remember right way. He tied with Gillum with 44. He drove in 121 runs to lead the league, and he batted 326, I believe, to lead the league.
Oh, wow.
Okay, and then we said, wow, we got triple crowns back-to-back years.
Yeah, you don't see that too often.
No, very rare. Mantle won it in 56 when he listen to this year. He led the majors, not just the American League. He led the majors in every category. He hit 353, but he almost didn't win the batting title. Ted Williams, I think, that year hit 345, and that was a neck-and-neck race. He drove in 130 runs. Al Kaline was giving him a lot of heat. I mean, Kaline finished 128, and he hit 52 homers, which was way beyond anybody else. The guy who finished second was Vic Wertz with 32 home runs. So, but he led the majors, not just the American League. In all those categories, he also led the majors in runs scored. I think he had 132. He led the majors in slugging average with a 705, which is phenomenal.
That is.
But unfortunately, the very next year, 1957, he hit 365.
Oh,
Lead the league. Ted Williams led with 388.
that's absolutely ridiculous. 388. You really like. We don't even see guys get close to that nowadays.
Well, Ted Williams was 38 years old at that time.
Jeez.
Not only that, which is even more ridiculous. If you put Bonds aside, because Bonds' numbers are all skewed. Between 1941 and today, which is 80 years, only two players have ever finished the season with a 500 or better on base percentage, excluding Bonds.
Okay.
And those two players were both the same year, 1957. Mantle had a 515 on base percentage. That's the same.
The Mick.
And Ted Williams had maybe about, I don't know exactly, it's about a 530. So Mickey Mantle that year hit 515 on base, didn't lead the league. He had a 665 slugging average, didn't lead the league. Okay?
Wow.
And his on base plus slugging to the man was, I think he had about a 470 on base, 480 on base, with a 365 batting average. And he didn't lead the league in that either, OBS.
Wow.
Incredible.
Wow.
And then we had Miguel Cabrera, in I think 2012.
Yeah.
Won the triple crown.
Yeah.
And the last player to win it in the National League is Ducky Medwick. I think he led it in 1937, and no National League has ever won a triple crown, and that's going back 85 years.
Wow. Yeah, you said 1937. Wow. Doug, I do have one question for you though. So you are the only person I know to have witnessed both Maris's breaking the record and Judge breaking the record. And I know we talked a little bit about it, but if you could just, which season did you like better? What was more enjoyable for you to watch?
Oh, no doubt about it. Not even close. 1951.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why. I was 10 years old. I was totally, I lived and died by the Yanks. Okay? Now I'm much older. I got a lot of more fun things, but that was my life. New York Yankees. That year, Mickey Mantle was absolutely my idol. He had an incredible year that year. He hit 54 homers to Maris 61. He batted 317. Maris only hit 69. He had a 687 slugging average. Maris had a 620. Okay? They both had 132 runs scored. And Mantle had 128 RBIs. Maris had 142. Now, I'll tell you something about that year. Maris hit his 61st home run in the last game of the season. The game was 1-0. The final score. Maris' home run being the only run scored. That home run gave him 142 RBIs. Do you know that also clinched him the RBI title? Because in that same year, Jim Gentile of the Baltimore Orioles had 141 RBIs.
Oh wow, I didn't even know that.
Oh, you could look it up. Maris also that year, like I said, only had a 620 slugging average. Okay.
Okay.
Because I think he only hit like 17 doubles. He had 61 homers, 590 at bats. Now Judge hit 62 homers. I don't have his at bats. I think he had about 570 at bats, somewhere around there. So Judge had a better home run per at bat ratio than Maris. But Mantle that year hit 54 homers and only 514 at bats. And the amazing thing was, Mantle was batting behind Maris the whole year. So Maris never had to worry about pitchers pitching around him. He never got intentionally walked. Okay, and it's amazing that that Mantle hit 54 because he had nobody protecting him, batting behind him in the lineup. But yeah, I was a big Mickey Mantle fan, huge. And I remember when the Yankees traded for Maris. I'll tell you a little about Roger Maris. He came up with the Cleveland Indians.
Okay.
Probably about 1956. And the GM of the Cleveland Indians at that time was a guy by the name of Gabe Paul. I don't know if you ever heard of him.
Never heard of him. Nope.
He was a Yankee general manager in '78, somewhere around there.
Okay.
Anyway, the Yankees tried to get Maris at that time from the Cleveland Indians in a deal. Gabe Paul absolutely refused. He says, "I'm never trading Maris to the Yankees." So, 2 years later, the Yankees went to the Kansas City Athletics, who are now the Oakland Athletics. And that used to be considered the Yankee farm team. The Yankees used to always get trades to Oakland to get their top prospects. So the Yankees, Kansas City. So the Yankees went to Kansas City, told them, they packaged the deal. They told Kansas City, trade for Maris. And they told them what players to send to Cleveland. This was in 1959. So Cleveland traded Maris to Kansas City Athletics. And he played there for 1 year in 1959. And then in December of '59, the Yankees then traded two aging stars, Hank Fowler and Jerry Lumpy, I believe it was, to the Kansas City Athletics to get Roger Maris, who was only 26 years old at that time.
Wow.
25, okay? And he became a Yankee. And in 1960, Roger Maris had an unbelievable year with the Yankees. He really did. He was on pace to 50 home runs that year. But in August, trying to break up a double play, which Mickey Mantle hit into, he slid into second, and he hit the second baseman's knee, and he fractured a couple of his ribs. And I believe he had about 35 home runs in the middle of August. And he really couldn't really swing, and he was basically hurting the rest of the year. And he finished with 39 home runs. Mantle beat him out by 1 home run. Mantle hit 40 to win the home run title.
Okay.
Maris that year was the better player. And I'm going to give you some comparisons here. Judge hit 62 home runs. You know how many home runs he hit last year?
39.
Right. Maris hit 61 home runs.
I'm gonna guess 39.
That's right. And you take Ruth, Maris, and Judge, all 3 of them, right? Now, they had the 3 highest totals of home runs in the history of the American League. When I tell you this, you're going to say, wow, I didn't realize. They all played right field for the New York Yankees.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that.
Such a center field, but he was primarily a right fielder, okay? Maris was a right fielder. Babe Ruth was a right fielder. Both for the Yankees. Judge hit where's number 99, right?
Yep.
How many games did the Yankees win this year?
99.
There you go.
Okay?
Judge wears number 99. What number did Maris wear?
9.
That's right.
There you go.
Incredible.
Incredible.
But I used to, in the old Yankee Stadium, which obviously you weren't around for.
Well, I probably got there a couple of times. I was
No. That was the revamped old.
Oh, okay, the old one. Okay.
The original old Yankee Stadium, which closed in 1973. When I used to go to baseball games as a 10, 11-year-old kid, I used to tell my father we used to buy tickets out in the right field stands. There was a 44-foot sign, and right behind that sign was wasn't bleachers. It was part of the grandstand, and we would buy tickets out there. And we used to watch. I'm like a Boone Maris. We used to Boone Maris, and a man would be over in center field with Boone Maris. Hey,
That's not right, man. That's not right to do to the guy.
Yeah, he had 2 good years with the Yankees, 60, 61.
Okay.
And I remember, I'll tell you this, Ford Frick, who was the commissioner of baseball back then, he put that restriction on Maris that he had to hit the 60 home runs or 61 home runs in a 154 game season. I don't know if you knew that. That's why there was an asterisk for a long time. Did you ever hear about that? How they put this restriction on him? So
I did hear about that. I did because it was a couple. It was 154 games. Yeah, I did hear about that.
yeah. So that by 1961 was the first year that they
Oh,
went
okay.
to 162 because they expanded. They added 2 teams, the Senators and the Angels. But here's what happened: Maris has 58 home runs going into game 154. It's against Baltimore in Baltimore.
Okay.
The night game, and he technically has to 2 to tie Ruth and 3 to beat him, and according to Frick, the commissioner. But unfortunately, there was a hurricane blowing out in the Atlantic Ocean about 150 miles off the coast of Baltimore called Hurricane Esther. And you can look this up. Hurricane Esther. Date was September 20th, 1961. And the wind was blowing in a gale from right field, which made it really tough. So the first time up, Maris hit a shot. That would have been a home run. But if the wind kept it in the ballpark, so that was 1 out.
Okay.
The next time up, I think he actually hit the home run. Through the wind. And the manager of the Orioles did not want Maris to tie Ruth under no circumstances. So in about the 7th inning, or 8th inning, he brought in a pitcher by the name of Hoyt Wilhelm, a relief pitcher. Hoyt Wilhelm was impossible to hit a home run off.
Okay.
A knuckleball pitcher. He was one of the greatest relievers ever. And he just did that on purpose so Maris wouldn't hit the home run. And what happened was Maris dribbled. Wilhelm threw the pitch, and Maris just dribbled the ball to the pitcher's mound. Wilhelm got it to him out, and that was it. He didn't do the 60 home. He did 59 in 154 games. But coincidentally, on that game, the Yankees clinched the pennant. So it wasn't that bad. They clinched the pennant over Detroit that day.
Oh yeah, people weren't too upset about it.
Yeah, and then he hit a home run number 60, I think, in game 158. And then he hit 61 in the final game of the season. And the great trivia question is, the 2 pitches that gave up Maris's 61st and 60th home runs, and one of them was named Jack Fisher for the Orioles. He gave up number 60. And Tracy Stallard gave up number 61 to Maris. Those 2 pitches, next year, 62, were reunited on the Mets as starting pitchers for the Mets, which was the worst team in the history of baseball. They lost 120 games that year. Both those guys. And the guy Jack Fisher, the year before in 1960, he gave up Ted Williams' final home run. And if Ted Williams hit a home run, it's final at bat in baseball. And Jack Fisher was the guy who gave that up. A lot of good trivia.
Yeah, Doug. Well, all right, Doug. I'm gonna have to let you go, but man, I don't even know how the hell you remember any of this. I could barely remember what happened in the game like a month ago. But man, I really appreciate all the knowledge. Really appreciate you coming in and sharing your stories. Everyone here in my chat is everyone's loving you. Mike says he wants you to tell him Yankee stories while he falls asleep.
I will. If you want to talk to current Yankees, I can give you a lot of my insights on that whenever you want.
Yeah, Doug. Definitely, I will be going live again in probably 2-3 days, and yeah, definitely give me a call again then, and we'll talk about maybe what's going on with the playoffs.
You text me, let me know when.
I will definitely let you know.
But yeah, I nobody knows more Yankee trivia than I do. I guarantee it.
I believe it, man. All righty. Thank you very much, Doug.
Okay.
We'll talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Dugout Doug is an absolute legend, guys. That is my boy. You guys don't understand. Me and Doug just text all day, every day. We're just texting all the time. My Yankee knowledge expanded times 100 when I met Dugout Doug. Dugout Doug is a guy. Oh, we got another caller. Hello, caller. What's your name and where are you from?
This is Gianni. I'm from New York. I'm from Long Island.
What's going on, Gianni? How you doing?
Man, nothing much. I've been meaning to call in, but I've been missing the live stream. But I caught it this time. Had to show love.
Yeah, man, I really appreciate you calling in, showing the love, bro. If you
Yeah, man.
if you guys know Gianni here, Gianni is he's gonna produce the State of the Yanks theme song. So
Yeah.
stay tuned for that.
I'm just waiting on the check.
Waiting on the check. I'm also waiting on the check too, my friend.
But yeah, I don't know anything about the Yankees. I don't. I'm a Mets fan, I guess. I don't watch baseball in general, but I know I need to take this pod to the next level. So,
Okay.
how do you feel about like the Kanye's new shirt that he was in Paris with?
Alrighty, my friend. This is my 6th episode, bro. Like, I'm not trying to.
I'm trying to take.
No, nobody is getting political on your 6th episode of the show, bro.
Maybe you should, bro. Watch the numbers jump. Give me your emotions.
Bro, this is the state of the Yanks, bro.
Mark my words. It's gonna be the fucking highest video.
Bro, this is state of the Yanks, bro. This is not state of the Yay. All right, my friend.
Oh,
Oh, a little bar for you there, bro.
no, I thought it was that.
You thought of it?
I thought it was that. Like I thought.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my bad. Bro.
No, all good, bro. Listen, man. The Mets are gonna lose to the Braves in the CS. The Dodgers are getting upset in the DS. But yeah, man, once again, I appreciate the call. I'm gonna let you go, but thanks for trying to get me canceled. And thanks for showing love, bro, and supporting the pod.
The important question, man. But all right. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course, bro. Call it anytime you like, bro. Have a good
All
one.
right, keep it up, bro.
Thanks, bro. Peace. Yeah, guys, we're live, man. 631-800-4414. Man, anyone wants to give me a call, man? Give me a call. Let's keep it not Kanye West related, because if you speak on Kanye one way or the other, someone's gonna get mad at you. So let's not speak on any of that. But yeah, guys, like I was saying before, Dugout Doug is an absolute legend. Um, I had a couple more points. Oh, my predictions for the first round of the playoffs. Let me just look them up real quick. And I already spoiled one of them. I have the Dodgers losing in the DS. Hot take of the year, guys. Hot take of the year. Look, do I have anything to back up my claim? No. Why do I think it? I don't know. I got a weird feeling. I got a tickle in the back of my neck. All right. Mike says Guardians over Rays. That's his hot take. Listen, man, that would be interesting. I just closed out my tab. So excuse me, guys. Guardians over Rays is Mike's hot take. Austin says Mariners win it all. Yeah, buddy, you would have thought they had the best record in the history of baseball, and they couldn't win it all. What would make you think they could win it all on a wild card? Luis Castillo though is freaking pretty nasty though. Gotta give that guy that. Gotta give that guy that. Gotta give that guy that. All right, guys. Here we go. So we got in the AL, Mariners, Blue Jays, and Rays and Cleveland. Here we go. It is so simple. It is so simple. The Mariners are knocking down the Blue Jays. Blue Jays don't have what it takes. Fat Vladdy is not ready. He's not ready to be in the Yanks. He's not ready. They're knocking down. However, Manoah is going to have a really good start in this series. So Austin, I agree with you that the Mariners are making it past the wild card round. The Rays, they're going to lose to the Guardians. I think Mike said that. I would definitely agree with that, Mike. I think the Rays aren't as good as they could be. That doesn't make sense. They're just not as good as they think they are. Take this pod to the next level. Are we taking it to the next level? What are we doing? What are we freaking doing here, man? What are we doing? Guardians offense is filthy. That's true, man. They got Jose Ramirez, and it's actually filthy because they have trash players like Miles Straw. The guy's a piece of trash, climbing up the wall, yelling at fans. Those fans are trash, but Miles Straw is trash, bro. Frick that guy, Miles Straw. But yeah, that's the wild card round. I will get in more predictions as stuff breaks down. I'm not gonna predict past the wild card round. I'm gonna predict that the Yankees win the DS and the CS and the World Series, but I'm not gonna actually make any predictions past there. The wild card. Oh, Padres and Mets. Now here you go. Here you go. This one's for you, Austin. This one's for you, Austin. I got the Mets beating the Padres. I got it. I got the Mets beating the Padres. But look, man. But look, you go Scherzer game one. They already announced that, and then Bassett is gonna go game two. I think that's pretty much locked. I think that's locked, right? But the game two, I'm sorry, bro, to concern you. Game two is not gonna be a close one. It's gonna be a rough battle. You guys are gonna be neck and neck, gonna be battling. It's gonna be, excuse me, it's gonna be a 5-4 finish. I'm not sure if I'm feeling taking the lead in the eighth or the ninth, but it's going to be a close one up until the end there. We're going to get some trumpets. Edwin Diaz coming out, saving the game, and you guys are going to go on to the DS. Don't worry, my friend. Don't worry. But the first game with Scherzer on the mound, he's going 6 innings, six and a third shutout. Scherzer's going 6 and a third shutout. I could say that with confidence. Philly, I got the Cardinals sweeping the Phillies. Not even. I got Schwarber hitting bomb in every game, but I have the Cardinals sweeping the Phillies. Goldschmidt is going deep, as well as Arenado's going to go off as well. So that is my prediction. You know what? Let's get a little frisky here. If the Mets win, they would have to play the Dodgers, right? So I have the Mets taking down the Dodgers. Hot take of the year. The Mets are going to blow out the Dodgers game one with DeGrom. This is not a Mets pod. This is the state of the Mets, but it's a hot take. Austin says Godspeed, brother. Mike says, I don't know. Dodgers are insane. They're insane, but they're insane pretty much every year. And listen, that's why it's a hot take, bro. It's not supposed to be agreed with by everyone. We'll watch. We'll see how it plays out. I've been wrong before. I'm sure I'll be wrong again. So I have the Mets beating the Dodgers in that one, and then I think I said that the Cardinals will get the Braves. That's going to be a close one. I got Game 5. I got Atlanta just edging out the Cardinals in Game 5. Just came through in the back of my neck, tingled. Sorry, guys. Sorry on that one, guys. But then I have the Yanks obviously beating the Mariners, right? We would get the Mariners. I have the Yanks beating the Mariners. Oh, no, we wouldn't get the Mariners. We would get the Guardians. I have the Yanks beating the Guardians, and I have the Astros beating the Mariners. Actually, nah, fuck it. I had the Mariners beating the Astros because fuck the fucking Astros. Mariners are going to beat the Astros. Yanks are going to beat the Mariners. That's the Yanks path to the World Series. There you go. Yankees, Braves, World Series. Sorry, Austin. Sorry about that, man. Sorry. This guy. But yeah, guys, it was a great one today. I will be signing off here pretty much right now. But yeah, shout out Austin, shout out Mike, shout out Justin, shout out everyone in the freaking chat. Really appreciate everyone popping off, everyone who joined. Appreciate the calls. Austin, Mike, you guys got to call one time or another. Give me a call maybe next episode. But yeah, guys, really appreciate everyone coming. Pause. Have a good one, guys.